Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to Project Hell in Project Cars, where we try and get every car around the Nurburgring. Today our car is the Ford Sierra RS500 Group A. It's got buckets of horsepower, and because I didn't think it was fast enough already, I turned up the boost to maximum. So this car cannot go any faster than I have it going. This is a very long gear setup as well, so I could have got it going even stupid. I could have got it done even stupider out of corners. Stupider? Dumber. More crazy out of corners. And there is a bit of a difference today because there are going to be 2 laps. I'll explain why later on. So this is our first successful lap. Spoiler alert, because I tried putting in all the failures and they didn't work for some reason. I mean, it's a good car. You can get a good lap in, and the real problem is that once the turbo kicks in, because there is a bit of lag because of the turbo, once the turbo kicks in, it just becomes a rocket ship. I'm watching it in movie studio right now, and I'm just kind of shocked that I was able to control this thing just looking at the speed. I'm genuinely impressed. I'm impressed by myself. Oh, this is an attempt with slightly shorter gearing. So yes, I actually did 2 different attempts with 2 different sets of gearing. This first attempt is with shorter gearing. I actually did multiple attempts with the failures. I couldn't get them in. This is with shorter gearing, just as this will get around the track setup. Boost is still maxed. I didn't lower the boost at all because I'm insane. And that corner there at the entrance to, I think this is Edinburgh Forest, that caused so many problems because you're coming in so quickly. You have to brake a bit earlier than I'm used to. And yeah, I had issues coming around there because the brakes in this don't quite match up with the power of the engine, as you can probably notice from the fact that I'm trail braking a bunch. Even coming through here, I was trail braking on turn in and managed to get some acceleration out. No, I don't trail brake in here. I just kind of try and get the car leveled out a bit. This car did suffer from excessive speed. The brakes weren't as good as I thought they were in a lot of places. So the car did kind of suffer from just not being able to slow it down enough. I did screw up that corner slightly, but not a huge amount. And yeah, I'm just kind of being fairly cautious. I don't know how that didn't give me an invalid lap. I really don't. It's just kind of, the mind boggles. But this was a pretty good lap. This car, once you start getting the hang of it, and it takes a little while to get the hang of it, you'll notice that I was kind of dancing on the throttle there. That seems to be how you keep the speed up. That seems to be how you keep grip, is to keep the turbo spooled. So you do kind of need to dance on the throttle a small bit. I did up the graphics slightly. I turned on post-processing effects, which I don't know what they do, but they apparently do something, because the game does look a bit prettier. I think they turn on God rays or something, I don't know. Because I do recall seeing God rays at certain points during the track, during the lap. Well, laps. There's multiple. There were 2 successful laps. But the general trick here with this car in particular is to go a lot slower than you think you need to, and be very careful in low gears. You see here coming through the carousel, I'm just kind of waiting my foot on the throttle, then out, and immediately it hits the rev limiter. Even third gear, the car likes to spin up the wheels a lot. That's another place where I don't know how I didn't get an off track, but I didn't. This was the faster of the 2 laps. I'm not entirely sure how, but this was the faster of the 2 laps that I did. So this will be the one that goes into the spreadsheet. And yeah, I mean it's a good lap. I'm very pleased with it. You can see the G meter is dancing like a Billy O around 1G constantly. 1.5 G's of braking there, and you know the tires didn't have an awful lot of grip. I couldn't get softer tires on, unfortunately, so I was stuck with the Group A medium tires. I would have liked to throw softs on it, but I don't know if there were actually soft. Well, there would have been, because if there's a medium, there has to be a soft, and there has to be a hard. The guys at Slightly Mad just decided, hey, we'll just throw the medium in. That's fine. I'd have been more annoyed if they only had the hard, or if they only had the soft. I would prefer very much if they had a soft, medium, and hard option instead of having a Group A medium. Well, there's no soft, there's no hard, so why is there a medium? If it was just Group A slick, it's fine. I don't even know if Group A cars had pit stops, so it might have been just, yeah, the tire will do you. You know, the tire will do for a race. And you can see that I'm kind of, there are places around the track, even on this lap, where I am going, I think slightly faster in places, slightly slower in others, where the car just kind of slides out from underneath me because there's a lot of power on oversteer. There's a lot of low speed understeer and power on oversteer, which I'm sure if I had a few hours to spare and a lot of patience, I could probably tune out of the car. And 287, I believe, is the top speed I got on this lap. Tried to get a 6th gear, there is none. I didn't realise it at that point. So I'm just kind of going along on the red blunder as fast as the car will go. Oh yeah, I actually slowed down coming through here because I didn't trust the car. 4th gear through here because that's what I was used to from the warm-up section, and I didn't want to push it too much because this car doesn't have an awful lot of grip. Through the final corner and out and across the line in 7 minutes 27.23, I think was 236 seconds. 7:27.236. Now this is the second lap that I did. This one was much slower, but the car had a different setup. It wasn't actually much slower. Both times I set were within a second. Just as an idea of how consistent I can be once I kind of get the hang of a car and once I kind of know the speeds that I need to be going at around corners and get a bit of a grip. In fact, let me just look at the sheet. 6, 7, 8. They were within about half a second even. I've just dropped my EC. They were within about half a second. I actually need to just change this to 236. 236. There we go. Because I took down the second lap time. Now the reason I did 2 laps, it wasn't because I wanted to play around with setups. No, it's because I actually went into leaderboards. And I don't know why, but my times didn't count on the leaderboards. I must have done something wrong that my times aren't on the leaderboards, but they're not. It's kind of annoying when that happens. It's the first time it's happened. So there's probably a reason my times are not on the leaderboards though. The 236 was not on the leaderboard. This lap was not on the leaderboard. But you can see I'm carrying a lot more speed and able to shift in different places here. And there's the old top speed, and we blast through it. I can tell you the top speed of this particular setup, and it's literally just I've lengthened the gears. Nothing else has changed. Top speed of this setup is 302 kilometers an hour. which exceeds the top speed of the car by 1 entire kilometre an hour, because the top speed listed is 301. I'm sure if I lengthened out the gears more, I could even get a bit more speed out of it. But I didn't want to push my luck, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's a good car, performs. It does like doing a bit of drifting from time to time. There was one attempt when I just flat out drifted around one of the hairpins. Because the car decided, I'm going sideways now and there's nothing you can do to stop me. But I mean, it performed. It was a good car. Definitely not the worst. It's no Cape from Monterey, that's for sure. Could be better. Yeah, it's the old teacher's adage: is could do better. More effort required, I guess. Like I know I went wide through a lot of corners. I could probably save 1 or 2 seconds throughout the entire lap. On this lap I could definitely save half a second. Plus whatever the top gear or the top speed would give me. So I mean, there is improvement there to be made. I don't know how that wasn't an off track, but it wasn't. You know, that's probably close on a second gone right there alone. It's just down to trying to get it all sorted out. So I'm going to leave you with the rest of this lap silently, because I really don't know what else to say. I know it's only 12 minutes commentary, but I don't know what else to say. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys enjoyed these laps as well. They were, I would say fun, but they weren't fun. They were challenging. I think is the best word. It's a challenging car and they were challenging laps. So until next time, I will leave you with the sounds of the car. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.